There is a moment most people never see coming. You are sitting with someone you have known for years, a friend, a partner, maybe even family, and somewhere in the middle of an ordinary conversation, you realize something has shifted inside you. Not today, not recently, gradually, over months or years. Without ever making a single dramatic decision, you have slowly become someone you do not recognize. That is not an accident. That is a sign. Today, I want to talk about 4 signs that tell you it is time to completely cut someone out of your life. Not out of anger, not out of revenge, out of something much more powerful than both of those things. Out of self-respect. The first sign is that you always feel heavier after being with them than before. It does not show up as a single blow. It shows up as a pattern. While you spend time with this person and something inside you gets quieter, your focus dulls, your mood drops, your thoughts get tangled in ways they were not before they arrived. Epictetus was direct about this. If someone consistently disturbs your inner peace, they are not your people. It does not matter what title they hold in your life. Some people, without ever laying a hand on you, drain your mental resources every single time they are near you. You leave their presence and you need time to recover. Not from a fight, not from a crisis, just from being around them. When recovering from a person becomes a regular part of your routine, that is not a relationship. That is a cost you are paying over and over without realizing it. The most disciplined thing you can do is stop paying it. The second sign is that they use your emotions against you. This one is harder to see because it comes disguised as care. They seem concerned. They seem hurt. They seem like the one being wronged. But look at the pattern underneath. When you speak your truth, they make you feel guilty for it. When you set a limit, they punish you with silence or with chaos. When you need something, they make your need about their pain. Seneca wrote that a person is enslaved by anyone they cannot disagree with. If you cannot be honest around someone without paying an emotional price for it, you are not free in that relationship. You are managed. A Stoic does not fight a manipulator. A Stoic removes access. You do not win that battle by arguing better or by finally making them understand. You win by becoming unreachable. The third sign is that their presence is slowly changing who you are. This is the most dangerous one because it happens quietly. There is no single moment where you can point and say, that is where it went wrong. Instead, one day you notice that you speak less freely than you used to. You suppress reactions that would have come naturally before. You monitor yourself constantly around them. You walk carefully, choose your words carefully, manage your expressions carefully. Marcus Aurelius wrote that the soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts. What he meant is that we are not separate from what surrounds us. We absorb it. Slowly and without permission, the people closest to us reshape the texture of our inner world. The most destructive relationships are never the loud ones. They are the slow ones. The ones where the damage is so gradual that you rationalize it that at every step, you tell yourself they are going through something. You tell yourself it is not that bad. You tell yourself you are being patient and understanding. But inside, your compass is shifting. Your confidence erodes. Your joy becomes something you perform rather than something you feel. And one day you look in the mirror, and the person looking back is more guarded, more reactive, more exhausted than you ever intended to become. That is the sign. That is when cutting contact stops being an option and starts being a responsibility. The fourth sign is that staying with them requires you to betray yourself. Every relationship has a hidden question underneath it. Who do I have to become to stay close to this person? And for most people in your life, the answer is something manageable. You adapt a little. You compromise here and there. That is just how human connection works. But some people make the cost of staying unbearable. To keep the peace, you swallow things that should be said. To avoid the reaction, you apologize for things that were not your fault. You play a role. You perform a version of yourself that is quieter and smaller and more agreeable than you actually are. Epictetus asked a question that cuts straight to the bone. When you give up your integrity, what exactly do you have left to defend? The answer is nothing, because your character is not decoration. It is the foundation everything else is built on. It is built from every difficult thing you survived, every moment you chose discipline over comfort, every time you did the right thing when the wrong thing would have been easier. Seneca said it plainly: associate with those who lift you higher and withdraw from those who make you fall. But the falling is never sudden. It happens in small moments. A small silence here, a small dishonesty there, a small version of yourself you agree to inhabit just to keep someone comfortable. And one day those small moments have become your life. The Stoics did not see cutting contact as giving up. They saw it as a form of precision, a decision about where your energy goes and who gets access to the person you are building. You only get one inner world, one mind, one set of values you have to live inside of every day. Protecting that is not cruelty. It is not selfishness. It is the most serious work a person can do. That some people are not meant to stay, and knowing when to let them go, calmly, firmly, without guilt and without drama, is one of the most stoic things you will ever do.